Hello everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program with me, Knee-High Hobo. Now, last episode we had a bit of a problem there, that the game was juddery and shaking, and I tabbed out and found out that I was actually running two instances of the game. But I was actually rendering one of the first Minecraft videos that I'm going to be doing as well, so effectively I destroyed and committed every single resource this computer had, and it's a decent enough computer, but it's not that good. So we're just going to bring this down so that we actually have an orbital path here. Bit more. So we are slowing. I don't want to chuck too much fuel here because we're going to need it for the landing as well. We want quite a soft landing. Okie doke. There we go. Yeah, because the last time we tried to land this, we actually didn't have all of these going here, so I want to try and save as much of this fuel for the fuel cell for the surface of the moon as we can. But yeah, it was all down to this stage here. This was way too heavy, even though it was empty, because it had been chewed up by a previous stage. And smash, crash, wallop, and bang ensued. So I think we'll just fast forwards a little bit. So we'll take the SAS off, and we'll just drop. Oh, that somehow hooped round, did it? So how's that doing that? So it's not doing a full orbiter. I mean, it's just hitting it and bouncing back up into the atmosphere again. I wonder if we'll see it as we pass. So there we go. We're now starting to gather some speed. I don't know. We're coming down on quite a good line there. But where does that drop us? Doesn't look like it's going to be the smoothest land. I prefer to be looking at coming in over here. So I'm just wondering if we can now alter the course a little bit and just sort of flop over this way a touch. Settle. I'm just going to spin this around so I know where the top obvious is. Should have really done that in the first place. Never mind. But actually now, looking at it like that, it doesn't look symmetrical. Well, it does look symmetrical, but it doesn't look like these line up with the cockpit. Maybe I'm wrong. So that would do. I'll just tip that over a bit. So we can use this to start stinging some of that speed out of it and changing this path. Just want to try and drop down in there a touch. Now we don't want this to drop too low. Right, that'll do for the time being. We'll get a bit closer. And we'll do that again. We've still not got a lot of horizontal speed. Actually, let's just tip over and let's do that a bit more aggressively this time. That's more like it. Okay, and then we'll get back up into this. And that's all looking quite dapper, gentlemen. Quite the dapper. So once we drop this down on Kerbin, once we drop this down on the Mun, I'm not quite sure what to do with this game. So maybe you guys can suggest something for me. Don't know whether or not you might want to see me play it with some mod packs, or because at the moment I'm ready to put it down until another major update. I mean, I've managed to get to Minmus, and this was what this was sort of the second or third objective. The first objective was to get to the Mun. Then we lost 2 ships, and then we had the rescue missions, and the rescue missions needed rescuing, and the whole thing was a bit of a fucking catastrophe. And that's where this space station-esque thing was born from. And then I sort of cheated my way out of things, and that's how we got to where we are now. So, like I say, I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Let's have a bit more of that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't want that. Don't want that much of that. Okay, so now I think would be a good time just to start taking some of the speed out of everything. We're also going to try and take some of this horizontal speed out as well as the vertical. We are upside down, but never mind. We don't have any landing legs due to the design, so the engines will actually be the landing platforms. Okay, so we're slowing down quite nicely now. Though we are going through a bit more fuel than I would have liked. Let's see, is there any shadow yet? Oh, that's a pretty sight. Okay, I'll just start to back off that a little bit. Let's chase this a touch. Okay, we'll just cut those off for a second. And we'll let ourselves drop for a bit. I think I was a little bit ambitious with that. I know this gives you a pretty good indicator. I'm not sure what the tallest mountain is on the Mun, and this basically gives you, if there was a sea here, it gives you a sea level height rather than a base to floor height. That's something that's lacking. But I tell you what. We're actually out of time for this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it now. I'm going to make this landing a 2-episode section, so join me next time to find out if it's Minmus or bust, if we're going to crash and burn on the face of this planet, or if we can drop these fuel cells off and start our return journey back to... the Mun. See if we can start our return journey back to Kerbin. So thank you very much for joining me. My name is Knee-High Hobo. If you've enjoyed this, please rate, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.